Hi guys, I'm going to post part 5 today, and sorry I did this late. Sorry for the background noise. My dad has the TV on and I try to muffle it by closing my door. So let's get into it. Killua and Yu slammed into the wall. The others were already running ahead, fighting and clearing a path. Their footsteps were loud as they slapped against wet pavement that wasn't wet with rain alone. You could hear Leorio screaming venomous words as his anger flared all around, and you could hear how silent Gon and Kurapika were. On Killua's back, you couldn't see much. You don't remember how he managed to get you there, too. He had told you to keep your head buried in his neck, though, not to look until he told you so. He smelled like mint chocolate, and he was warm. But the guns blaring ahead of you, and the stench of blood all around you was something no boy could try to block out for your sake. "Why in?" Killua gasped as he began to sprint after the group. His knees and elbows cut from the impact against the wall. Sorry, I lost my place for a sec. And also from broken glass he had stumbled in while picking you up seconds earlier. "Please keep talking to me. I need to hear you." You couldn't speak, not even when you had felt the wall tear away the skin on your arm, and not when your own brother committed suicide in front of you. Maybe that was a good thing. You knew you would have been screaming for the next hour if you could. All that was in your head was the sound of bullets being fired, Leorio screaming, Killua's panicked eyes, and Ku's everything. "Promise you'll follow me. Would you, if you had the chance? If the group hadn't rushed to literally take bullets for you, would you? Please speak to me," Killua broke out almost in a sob. You reacted without thinking about it, gripping him firmly in a comforting way, wherever you could. "I'm here," you whispered. He lurched to the side as the sound of a bullet whizzed by. "Thank you," was all he said before running at full speed. The group was waiting at the top of an alley when you looked up due to an uneasy silence. You had no idea where you were. Guessing this was the end of the property, you felt so meaningless. As the group spoke in hushed whispers, all you could hear from it was Killua's insisting you stayed with him. "She can come with us to a boat. We can make it that far," Leorio insisted. Nobody was mentioning him. "No!" Killua stomped his foot down. "This girl's not getting off my back." Gon tensed. He didn't try to talk Killua out of it, being the only one that could. It was strange. And he didn't support Killua either. His eyes were shadowed, dark and angry as he listened to Kurapika. "You get to the boat using your nin then. Stay there with her, and as soon as Leorio gets there, Gon will be next, then me. The blonde search for any sign." Killua was listening. "By the time I get there, have it set up and ready to go as soon as my foot hits the wood." The boys exchanged determined looks of agreement. You kept your eyes below shoulder level. "So everyone but you," whispered. It took seconds for everyone to be out of sight. Killua hadn't moved, and you heard him suck in a sharp breath. You leaned forward, just catching him as a tear rolled down his cheek. "Sorry," he mumbled. Gunshots interrupted your reply, and Killua decided then to literally move like lightning. It hurt little. However, you had experienced some training like this before, and your own nin kicked in. "Ku?" the black-haired man's voice echoed as he ran by many streets. "That wasn't Ku," his partner said, his own voice cold and his expression dark. The body then? Leorio then asked the man running next to him. There's no chance of a safe retrieval, was the reply. It was silent until they reached the point where they said they would split. Each had a perimeter to watch. Land, Leorio said. His pupils were shaking along with his hands. Kurapika put his hand on his friend's shoulder. We promised him we'd look after her. They shared a look of understanding before running off into the night, emotions running high in both of them, but showing in neither. The dogs were old and abandoned. You didn't even know they existed, but Kurapika had spotted them on the very first walk around the town. Killua only placed you down after a perimeter check, which was all in silence. It was almost unnatural to you to take 2 steps to get on the boat. A sick feeling stirred in your stomach as you left the island behind. Something told you you would never come back here. However, the rocking of the water as you sat was almost therapeutic. Sorry, I had lost my breath, and I kind of didn't know that word. All you could focus on was the now. All you wanted was to focus on the now. The actual boat was uncomfortable. It was just like a small wooden rowboat, abandoned like the rest of the area. The night was as silent as it could have been, with the sea gently coming in and out. A small breeze was about, bringing a chill to your body and his. You couldn't feel it, but you could see your body shivering. Can we hug? Killua's voice cracked. His hair blocked his face as he stared down at his feet. For warmth? You doubted your voice and had barely traveled an inch from your lips, yet he had heard. He shifted uncomfortably before sitting beside you on the left side of the boat. Yeah, for warmth. He was almost as quiet as you had been. It took a awkward second, and another. However, you hadn't felt your own body move into a self-hugging position when you sat down only 3 minutes ago, but you could feel him. You could feel his cold hand slip under your shirt and move up and down your back comfortingly while he gauged your reaction. You could feel how he let it rest on your waist before pulling you closer. You could feel his warm breath on your cheek. You could feel how his arm would jerk suddenly before he wiped his eyes. You could feel. Are you warm? You asked, when you noticed his gaze was glued to you. It was an unintentional, deadpan tone. He knew that would happen. Stop blocking it out, YN. It's just me and you right now. Killua kept his hand on your skin, but moved it to your lower back as you both turned to face. His watering blue eyes stared at you, wanting some kind of response. All you wanted was to see him smile again. He spoke. I'm here to make you warm. And then your face felt warm. A warm line fell from your eye to your chin. Then more and more and more. I'm here, Killua whispered beside your ear. You could smell mint chocolate again, although you hadn't even realized you had been screaming as tears fell. You didn't miss how warm he was when he had pulled you into his chest. His hand smoothed from the top of your head to your neck before repeating. It was like that for a while. Warm, hot, scalding, painful. Coo, coo, coo. I'm here, Killua. You're here, and Coo's not. Alright guys, that's the end. And sorry if I sound really bad. I am very, very tired, because apparently I don't get enough sleep. And I'm trying my best to get enough sleep, because I have school tomorrow, and I have it till 3, and I'm always tired when I go. So, bye guys.